Hello, everybody. Hello, friends. It is Wednesday afternoon, over the hump day. We're going to talk some leather. We're going to have some fun with it. Got some fun stuff to talk about today. We'll laugh a little bit. We'll talk about some fails. That always seems to lift my spirits because everybody has fails, and all that makes me feel better. But I hope everybody's having a good day and a good week thus far. Just finished a video. We're going to go into that. Made me question my career path. But we'll come back around to that. But Wednesday we got Halloween is coming up. That's a fun time, especially for the folks that love to work on the costumes. Got some cool things to talk about there. Well, one or two items there, but Halloween's coming up, and what I'm going to do is anybody gained a little weight through this thing? I'm just like packing on the pounds. I try to exercise, and well, that's a wagon I fall off pretty regularly. Actually hurt myself. I fell off that wagon so hard last time. But anyway, we've got Halloween coming up, the candy, the kids. I don't know what anybody's doing this year. I think we've got some trick-or-treaters. We're in a small neighborhood. But we always have, a half a dozen little packs of kids go by with the coolest little costumes, and it's always a lot of fun. So I hope everybody's going to have a good Halloween with this COVID thing or not. But anyway, so I'm setting up for today, and I get my camera shot set up, and I notice my scrap bin is starting to overflow. It's starting to get a little obnoxious, right? Yeah, we can see it down here. So my choice here, and so typical, my choice here was to, okay, I still got 45 minutes before the live, probably, give or take. So my choice is, well, let's just take the bin out. Won't take 15 minutes. Let's organize it, maybe throw away some of the stuff in it. Or my other option was just to tighten the camera shot. Guess which option I went with. Yeah, I'll deal with that later. I'll put that on the list. So, all right, let's see. Right off the bat. All right, so I put the question up last week on the wood carrier. I just finished the wood carrier video. Let's see if I can get it out of my pile over here. Notice my pen. Isn't that beautiful? All right, so we got this finished. And it looks pretty good. It's a cool wood carrier. Going to last forever. Here's the problem. I did too much. And the video, it didn't go terribly long, but that's always a big stress point. We want to try to get it no longer than about 35 minutes. But so we're going to put this up. Beautiful. Technically, it's inverted tooling. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Technically not. It's just inverting. It's a stamp, right? We're doing a background. And anyway, so we're going to put that on it, and we're going to do a little tooling to tooling. If you're new to tooling or you want to get up to speed on tooling, great way to go. 2 tools, and that's it. But it looks good. But I thought, I love this board. I want to put that on a project. Now that it's a wood carrier, it's got to have some leaves or a campfire, a piece of wood. Leaves, very cool. Oh, and then I want to put some trunk handles on it. Oh man, this thing, it spun out of control. And like I said, it for the most part, it made me question my whole career path. Not, update the resume and all that, but so anyway, I'm trying to edit this thing now. And anyway, I hope it's a good video, but I put that out last week. So we got a bunch of y'all. Thank you. So go all out, because my thought was, let's go simple. Let's just make a simple wood carrier. It's going to work for us. For those of us who are new, easy to come up to speed on, easy to make a great project. Great gift idea. No, we're going to go all out. So anyway, I don't know. Let's see. I think that'll be out a week from this Friday. Yeah, because I'll never get it edited and rendered and uploaded by Friday. But anyway, which brings up a good point, and I'm so bad about this. And, anybody else that's the same way, raise a hand. When I make a project, I want to put everything I know how to do on that project. I mean, I just want to, what happens is your project looks like a garage sale or a yard sale, right? So hold back, breathe, pick the right design, and move forward with that. So this one might be, a learning curve to this. I've been at this long enough to where I shouldn't be making mistakes like that. But maybe it's not a mistake. It's beautiful and it's going to last. And there's some cool tricks in there and tips and fun things to do with it. But anyway, I still, right to the outro, I question, should we just go easy, make a short, fun video, or let's just go all out? Well, I went all out, and I'm still questioning that. But nonetheless, so let's see. We've got a video, I think, coming out this Friday on just some basic non-leather related items that we can use that are going to help us out in our shop. But let's see. Okay, Jim Hamrick said, go all out. All right, go all out. But hello to Terry H and Susan M, y'all. Let's see, Northern New Hampshire, 9 inches of snow last week. It's still a little bit hot here. I think it's going to be 80, like middle of next week. But we've got folks on the Gulf Coast, I'm so sorry. We've got another, I think it's just a tropical storm. I don't think it's bumped up to a hurricane. Y'all, prayers are with you. Y'all have had enough of those for 1 year. And Oklahoma getting slammed with bad temperatures and ice and bringing down trees and power lines. Y'all, again, prayers are with you on that one. Farmer's Almanac said it's going to be a bad winter for us here. So we need one in the South. We didn't have a bad. The problem is if we don't get a good freeze for a couple of days, bugs, flies and spiders, and I don't like either of them. I'll take flies over spiders, but anyway. So y'all, prayers are with you on that one. Let's see. June Pinalosa. Hello from the Philippines. I hope you're back with us. Very cool. I hate that these have a week lag to them. But again, I went through all the comments last week. Then I go through them again this morning to pull out good questions and comments and hellos and goodbyes and all that. Let's see. Okay, Vanessa Kitty, I think I brought this one up last week, but this goes into our fails, our craft fails. I got a craft stupid this week. I don't really have a good fail, so y'all help me out on that one. Make a shelf of shame. That's okay. I don't know if I want to do that or not. That might just be depressing to me, but you're exactly right. We never learn anything without first filling up your trash can. It's sad, but it's true. But we learn so much. We make a mistake and we learn. Well, first off, let's don't do that. But very likely we learned 4 or 5 things. Sometimes that might just have a small thread that leads to the coolest idea we've ever seen, or very likely something no one has ever seen. So Vanessa Kitty, good one on that one. Let's see. Okay, we've got a greetings from Iran. Let's see. Poria Yazdanka. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, and I probably am. But again, you've got friends all over the world. We have friends in every country on this beautiful planet. Let's see. Okay, Kyung Chen says, your age, sir. Well, I'm 57, and I think I'll be 58. I think. All right, I'm kind of starting to lose that. I think I'll be 58 in the middle of November. But yeah, man, wow, did I get here quick? Wow. Okay, let's see. Hungary. Yeah, very cool. Saif Sapphire. Nice to have you with us, and everybody all over the world. It is a pleasure. And I noticed from the corner of my eye, boy, we've got some good comments coming in, y'all. Thank you. It's good to have everybody here today. Max Wright, Pennsylvania. Beautiful country. Lived in Pennsylvania for a short period in high school. Oddly enough, it was my best year, best grades, best friends. Food. We're not going to circle around continuously to food. I'll try not to. We're talking leather, not food. Leather. Okay. So anyway, Gino Martinez, howdy, right back to you, friend. Chris Montgomery, Jack Bishop, Matawan, Michigan. Very nice. I bet y'all are starting to get a little bite of winter up there. We're still waiting for it. Our trees they're starting to change. They're just starting to. But yeah, I mean, I hate to hope for a bad winter, but I kind of do. Spiders just been eating us up this year. Not eating us up. That's a bad choice. It's Halloween. So, anyway, we got a lot of them, and I don't like those. I don't like insects with hair on them. Hair on cow, love it. Love them. Insects, no, that's not right. All right, so let's see. This week's theme, we're going to talk a little bit about pattern making. I know I'll slow down. Pattern making. Just some tricks and tips, ways that I go about it, and we'll see if that helps any. But for those of us who are new, it's kind of a stumbling block, making our patterns. But we'll see if this helps. I got a sample over here. Made it back for my wife for our anniversary. We'll talk a little bit about that. Let's see. In other news, okay, so we've got the wood carrier editing now. Going to have that out shortly. Seasonal, yay. Outtakes, not my finest minutes, but I think I've got an outtakes ready. a lot of these are just more fumbling with words and sometimes mismeasurements and whatnot. It happens. But a lot of times with the videos, I take so much time setting up the shot. Typically, there's not a lot of mistakes made there because I've made the mistakes before I start the video. But anyway, there's a cat or two. Yeah, they always help. Yeah, my lovely assistants are no help whatsoever. But so we've got that coming up, and I'm going to be starting on a couple of leather elements here in the next couple of days. It took so long on the wood carrier that I'm starting to get a little behind again. I'll get some more good ones in queue, I hope. But again, too, anybody that's got a good idea for a leather element, drop it in. Love to have that. We've got some great ideas, but it never hurts to have more. And if somebody's struggling on something, yeah, please let us know, because really, if you are, most likely a number of people are. So be a big help there. Something I noticed from a lot of these comments from last week, too. Y'all, thanks for helping out. I had the funny feeling when I was going through the comments that maybe I'm not the one that should be sitting here, because I'm learning so much from y'all. Thank you very much. I'm running a retail store. I was in business, 13 years, I think. And that's where I learned a lot of my tricks and tips, because I had to get faster. I didn't want my quality to drop, but I had to get faster at doing handmade products. You really got to move along. So I got a lot of tricks and tips there, but the one place where I learned the most variety of tricks and tips and techniques was working at a retail store and seeing projects that people brought in and how they did this and that. And we'd have other people come in to teach classes. And I wouldn't sit in, but I'd step in for a minute and watch what's going on. And it's a great way to get good tricks and tips. So y'all, thank you for helping other folks out. Great answers there. Let's see. Okay, moving down. Paulette Wright, South Carolina, not far from us. Oh man, the seafood. Okay, wait a minute. Well, just don't go there again. I know. It seems to be a common theme. Let's see. Jolly Green, Columbia, Missouri. Hope you're doing all right, y'all. Thank you for being here. What a pleasure. Josh. Oh, ray of hope here. Nope, lost 40 pounds this summer. That's a chunk of weight. That takes some excellent discipline. I bet you're proud of yourself. You backed into a whole new wardrobe. Very cool. Yeah, you got to start taking those belts and adding extra holes on the inside. That's a lot easier than adding them on the outside. Very nice. Derek, always good to have you here. Brian Burrell, Edmonton, Alberta. Very friendly neighbors to the north. I bet y'all are getting a bite of winter up there. Peter, good evening from Cape Town, 2100 here. At least we're still squeezing that in before tomorrow. That's good. Let's see. Lance, working with shearlings. I don't often work with a shearling. I've used some in like gun cases or say padding in the bottom of a briefcase or laptop bag. Man, I really don't. The best thing I can say is shave your edges if you need to stitch that in. Shave a 1/4 inch of your edge, and you can do that just with your box knife. It's not bad. It's pretty quick. But now you don't have that hair getting trapped in your stitch lines. Or if you're sewing the machine, that hair pushing through. That just looks terrible. You can pull it out in like 9 hours. But, man, if you've got some, you know what? If you work with it and you find something that's a good trick or tip, maybe out of the blue, please let us know. We'd all benefit from your knowledge and your experience there. Oh, Caleb, man, I'm sorry you can't stay work. Yeah, this working for a living thing cuts right in the middle of my day. But it's that paycheck, right? We've talked about that. Let's see. Christopher, how you doing? Josh, Quinn. Let's see. Worthwhile Leather. Let's see. Okay, wife has started making leather wrist cuffs. Any suggestions for making them more decorative? Oddly, you should ask. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today, because we've done this sometime in the past, but it came up this week. We're going to talk about the Permalock Needles and our deer lace, because the Mexican basket weave, not as an edge lace. Edge lacing makes me want to quit leather, sell the house, and move away. But doing like a Mexican basket weave as a decoration is a breeze. It's not hard. You can't screw it up. If you mislace it, you back up and you start again. It's gorgeous. And we'll get into that here in just a minute. But man, thank you. Good timing on that question. Oh, let's see. John Stone. Hello, everyone. Chuck, waiting for my let's see, black cherry pull-up. I think, yeah, I've got some coming too. I talked to the boss yesterday. That's in fact in my notes from the boss here. Um, let's see, it's on the site now. I don't think we have it on sale, but it's new to the site and it's beautiful. So I've got some of that coming in from the boss. Got a couple of those, so we're going to work with some of those. And the boss, she mentioned, I'm thinking, wow, we need a good project, to make and so she said, well, you don't have to do a project because I was saying leather elements. I'm getting behind on these. She said, well, why don't you do a leather element? Maybe like maybe 10 projects you can make out of this leather. I thought, wow, that's a great idea. Oh crap, I got to make 10 projects as samples. So that leather element is like 2 weeks out. I'll come up with something. We'll figure something out there. But yeah, looking for that too. I've got some on the way as well. I hope you love it. I'm anxious to get that in. Oh, bags, pouches, purses, unlimited possibilities with that. Let's see. Okay. Mauricio from Colombia. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I am honored. Let's see. I'm going to do my best. I think I got a little better feel over here because I'm bad about hitting the down arrow. Shoots me to the bottom, lose my place. Trying to get a little better of that. Masters of Mind, Connecticut, beautiful state. Let's see. Portugal, Mario Valdez. Pleasure to have you here. Let's see. Okay, Ben Corbeil. I love the longer videos. Yes. Yes. I do too. It takes so much longer to make a longer one, but that's not the point. The project, the outcome, that's the point. We'll put that down. We'll put that bit of advice down. I could go either way. I like the simple ones. Let's make it easy for the new folks, and and then offer up some options for decoration. That to me seems to be the best route. Man, but really, let's go all out on this baby. Let's make it beautiful, but leave room there. So if you are new, we've got the basic pattern outline. Easy enough. You can make it as simple as you want, but let's go full on. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Jeff Allen, sounds like you feel like the same way. You feel the same way. Yay, good. Let's see. All right, let's see. Shareprint 2010, I made a hair-on hide purse and glued suede for the lining. How would you finish off the top edge to make it look more finished? That's always a problem. It's an age-old problem because our edge paint, edge coat, none of that's going to work. Edge lacing, it's beautiful. And if you have the time, it's really tedious. Wow, does it look good though? Wow. That's about the only option. It really is. Piping just brings on a whole new headache. I've got a cool way to make a leather roll around like armor. You've probably seen this in like some of the old Roman movies where on their armor, they've got that cool roll around the outside. I've got a great way to do that. Working on a leather element for that. Actually, not working on it. It's on my list. It's a cool way to go. But that kind of, is more of a fine-tuned area of folks that are going to use that. I've kind of put it off a little bit. But really, all told, there's no reason we could do that like on some saddlebags or chaps. So I might bump that one up to the beginning, up to the higher in the list for leather elements. Man, I don't know that there's a good idea there. I really don't, other than stitch that edge, stitch it close, 1/8 inch or less, stitch it close, and that's going to look pretty good because I've seen some edge coat, like on some higher end purses. They'll do an edge coat on the strap, and it's beautiful for like a month, and then it starts to peel off. Well, now you have a broken edge. You have naked leather. It may have some dye on it. It may not. It may have some glue, and it actually looks worse than if they had just left that edge as it is. So, you know what? Personal call on that one. It really is. I wish I had a better idea for you. I really do. I hate not being able to have a good idea. Anybody's got a good one, toss it in there because I could use that. It's an age-old problem. It really is. There's a couple of things in leather that are just age-old. Like like if I want to tool and then mold, my tooling is going to back out a little bit. There's no great answer for that. Let's see. All right. Let's see. David Delaney, afternoon from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Glad you're with us, y'all. Glad everybody is here. Colin, thank you very much. That makes my day. It certainly does. Oh man. All right. Oh, okay. The estimator. Let's see. United Kingdom, Cumbria. United Kingdom. Very nice to have you with us. Good. Let's see. Okay, Max Wright. Does anyone know if I can put something like a heavy duty needle or all point in a drill press? Man, I've never used. I worked in printing for a long time, and they do a lot of round holes, and they actually have a hollow bit. It's like a drill point, but it's hollow, tapered point. Drills paper nicely, like 1,000 sheets at a time. I don't know about the needle because there's no cutting edge on that when it spins, much like a drill bit. The other problem I think I might worry about is, unlike a drill bit, a needle might bend. It might bend a little bit, and that might worry me. Man, try it out. Try it out, and if you get a good response, let us know. When I have to drill something, like say a holster, like I'm doing 1 or 2 or maybe 3 welts, I'll use about the smallest drill bit I can from a hardware store, and I don't know the metric equivalent, but it's like a 1/16 of an inch or maybe just a hair smaller. That's just enough to get 2 needles and the thread bend backs through a hole at one time. But when you go to hammer down your lace line, it'll close that hole down, because we've seen those cheap kits that have the big holes, and you sew along the edge, and you've got this big hole, you've got this little bit of lace between. It looks terrible. But try a 1/16, or if a hardware store has maybe just a hair smaller than that, that's a good way to go. But try that. Try it and let us know, because I'd be anxious to hear if a needle would actually work. So good one on that. Let's see. Yeah, okay, Daughter of the Wild. There you go. Yeah. Oh man, Vanessa Kitty, are you possibly going to get some snow from that tropical storm? We're supposed to get hammered with some rain. Even here, I mean, we're 500 miles from the coast. Let's see, Michael Olson, hello back to you. Hope you're doing hope you're doing well. The next one made me laugh. Fed Up Englishman. I hope you're doing all right. Let's see. Y'all, thanks for tossing in drill bits. Yes. So when I mentioned, something that works for me, in the back of my mind, there's always that little, hesitation. Is that good advice? Is that the right advice for the answer? But when I see your answers come back in, and that gives me a little confidence that was in fact good advice. So y'all, very good. Okay, I'm going to jump back over here. Notes from the boss. Okay, let's see. The Halloween sale is still going on. It's through Saturday, and look for little icons. I think we've got a jack-o'-lantern and a spider, and there's one more. I should have written that down, but look for those. They're not totally hidden, but you have to look for them a little bit. And again, the Black Cherry Frontier leather is on the site now. It's on our hero image. I'm going to get some in, so I'll probably go into that in a little more detail maybe next week once I have a chance to play with it a little bit. Actually, here's the boss's note. You may want to get this and get a better feel for it before you mention it, but I'll leave that up to you. So, yeah, goes without saying. I'll do exactly that. Let's see. Okay. Crafter fail of the week. If anybody's got something good here, let me know. I don't really have a crafter fail, mainly because I've been working on this video, and that's about all I've done for a week. But I do have a crafter stupid. Yeah, y'all don't have those. I do. So I keep my arm. I was doing a pseudo armor for the show at the Rocky Mountain Leather Show in Sheridan. Let's see. I think that's in May, middle of May, but it was canceled. And one of the rules is that you need to make the project after January 1st. Yeah, so they're cutting out stuff people made, 10 years ago. Well, so I started on it, and I was jamming along, got some cool Celtic tooling on it. So it got canceled. So I set it aside. Shouldn't have. Should have kept working on it. But my thought was, well, let's set it aside and then we'll pick up on it after January 1st so I can put it in the leather debut in the contest for next year. I'm sure they'd be fine, with the COVID and all of that. I'm sure they'd be fine with letting that rule slide a little bit. The point I'm getting at with this spiel is that I keep it in one of these big bins because it's 120 pieces, war belts and pauldrons and legs and cuirass. So I keep it in this big bin. Well, 2 nights ago, I've got an organizer of rivets, and I've got 400 or 500 rivets in there, mediums. So I turned from my leather table with this box of rivets in my hand, going to put it over in my organizer. It never made it to the organizer. Now, I hit my hand on this leather box that shouldn't have been standing there, but well, yeah, let's use a scrap bin as I dumped that whole bin of rivets down, and I could just hear them falling all down oh man. So, you know what? Instead of being angry, I'm just going to use a 40-gallon bin to keep my medium antique nickel rivets in. So I'm not going to lose them, right? It maybe that's a big waste of space, but I know where my rivets are now. I'll just put the armor in something else. Okay. So anyway, that's my crafter stupid for the week. Not really a fail, just yeah. Okay. So anyway, all right. So let's see. Anybody got a good fail? Please let us know. It'll make me feel a little bit better. Let's see. Okay, James. Okay, Dave. Let's see. I use a drill bit that matches my needle for my speedy stitcher. Okay, there you go. Nice one. And let's see, James Berry. I use a 1/16 or 1/8 inch roll pin punch ground. I'm not understanding that, but I'll figure it out once we hang up here. I'll figure that out. Less fuzz than a drill bit. Good point there. Also, too, and this is a point that sometimes gets missed. On my drill bit, on my drill press, I've got a plate. It's like a 1/16 of an inch thick, not terribly expensive, and you can get these at a hardware store. It's like maybe 8 inches by, I don't know, 14 inches long. The point here is that I C-clamp that onto the base of my drill bit. Before I start to drill my leather, I'll drill a hole in that with the drill bit. The point there is that when the drill bit goes through into that plate, goes through the leather and into that plate, it shears the back hole. So it's a very clean way to go. There's no fuzz and it's a nice, clean, even hole. So maybe that'll help out as well. Pete, good morning to Brisbane, Australia. I hope you're going to have a pretty day there. Good to hear from you, man. Glad you're here. Yeah. Okay. Dragoon Brigade. Would love to see some more armor projects. Yeah. Man. Yes, me too. We're on it. I say we're on it. That's me dragging my feet on this one because that's going to be about 9 videos. And I hate it for the folks, that aren't into the armor to have, like 9 weeks of armor videos. But I need to break in, and do some other products as well while we're working on that. So that puts it out to like 4 months. I'm just having a hard time trying to figure out how to do all of that because those are, it'd probably take 3 or 4 days for the pauldrons, cuirass, Cowder's best use would be in one. Anyway, man, it's on the list. Okay, let's see, Matt in. All right, my crafter's stupid. Oh, man, I'd hate for y'all to feel that way. Let's see, okay, was that I used to punch my holes only with an awl. Oh, keep losing it here because I just forgot to get a set of chisels. And apart from going bad punching so many holes in it, just didn't look clean, man. We learn from these things. If it worked for you for a little bit, that's fine. Then we can upgrade. Thank you for putting that in there. Okay, Derek Paris, yes. Another one that's got no good answer to it. What are some suggestions for dealing with a suede liner with regards to finishing edges? I don't like seeing a nappy suede edge. Man, again, Derek, there's no great way to go. there's no great way if we overcut our main body and it's thin enough, if we're at a 2 or 3 or 3 to 4 for our face leather, we can wrap around, sew, give it a wrapped edge. There's some suede finishes out there. A combination of a suede finish on your edge. Man, I don't know. I'm sorry, Derek. I can't answer that one either. Again, somebody's got a good trick on that one. Please toss it in there. Yeah, Jerry King, Dremel. Oh man, Dremel, Drexel. Those are cool little tools. I do a little modeling on the side. And man, I mean that is a go-to tool. Let's see. All right. Yeah, okay. Overcut and then wrap it or roll it. Man, it is hard to sew. It looks good, but now you're really increasing the difficulty of just that one edge. And then where you've got, where it comes together with maybe a gusset, that can be tough. I wish I could have a more help for you there. Let's see. Okay, Christian, we got a long one there. Let's see. Yeah, okay, a shell. I assume your shell is your outside leather, your face leather. That's good advice on that one. Yeah, Susan M. No, it's just me by myself here. Yeah, it's just me by myself. I would love to change that, but for right now, and I'm wondering if I'm getting a little cabin fever. I'm struggling with that a little bit. Is anybody kind of? And you know what? On that point, do you have any advice coming back this way? It's not bad. It's not bad. It just seems like I'm in this shop an awful lot lately. And when I leave, I go to either the grocery store or the Home Depot. And that's like my social life now. Anyway, and all you do at either is spend money. So, okay, let's see. Arctic Arsenal. To finish the edge where the liner meets the outside, I've just cut a thin strip of outer material and folded it over the edge and stitched it. Yeah, that's a good way to go, and it makes a nice edge on that. Yeah. Yeah, roll the edge over the suede. Pete, good one there. You're exactly right. Kyung Chin, can we use normal paint as edge paint? Man, edge paint typically is just an acrylic, so I don't see why not. I don't use a lot of edge paint. Typically, usually I'm going to go with black. So I'll use a Sharpie. It's a little easier for me to control that, like a Sharpie with a new point. It's a little easier for me to control, and they come in a bunch of different colors. Man, I might say stick with the acrylic on that. But if you do, I think you're good. Because unlike an edge coat, that's not going to peel off. Now, it's going to wear our edges. They just take wear. It is what it is. But I think you might be good there. But again, be the guinea pig yourself. And maybe do a belt. Maybe do a belt, edge paint, and wear it for a month. And see, or a week, or a couple of times. I hate to wait a month to see if my techniques is going to work. But tend to use ourselves as the guinea pig on our first project. But it's a great way to go. Something rubs off on us. Well, we deserve that. But give that a try. Experiment, and again, let us know what you think. Or if you find something good that works, let us know. Oh man, let's see. James Medrano. We're freezing here in Laredo. It's 60 degrees. Man, I bet y'all got hammered with some cold weather. I got a bunch of cities, just interested. I've got a bunch of cities on my weather on my phone. And I think I've got Phoenix. I think I've got Phoenix because I love to look at their humidity. I'll look at ours and it's like 86% on, a sunny day. But I'll look at Phoenix and they're like at 14% humidity. I just fun to look at. But yeah, y'all got hammered. And I think Fort Worth got hammered too, which is way out of the norm for them. Ronald Nelson, I dye all my edges. Very nice. Oh, Vanessa Kitty Toothpick to coat an edge coat carefully. That's a good idea. Very cool. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Talbert. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. On our website, there's a contact us. So feel free to send an email into there with whatever you may need. Okay, let's see. Aiden Stump. After burnishing your edge, you can apply Fibing's Pro Dye and Slick, but I haven't tried using normal paint, only Pro Dye. That's a good call. I do. I love the Pro Dye. It's all that I really use. See, I fear that it's going to wick, but that might be a really pretty edge. That might be a really pretty edge. And this is funny. At one time, I recently dyed a wallet, just like a little bifold. Well, I had been tooling something on my quartz, so there was water on my quartz. Didn't see it. So I recently dyed. I'm sure it was dry. I dyed this one anyway. It was dry. I set it on the edge on my quartz, and that water wicked up into that dye. It was like a light brown. Man, it was beautiful. It darkened the dye. It gave it kind of I could not get it to happen again. I don't know why. I just gave up. I gave up. Couldn't get that to happen again. Anyway, okay, so let me jump back over here. All right, so tool or leather of the week. Basically, I got a tool, leather, and technique of the week. Kind of all wrapped in one because we got this craft, this gift thing going. Yeah, Christmas is coming up. Got some birthdays coming up. We've talked about this in a live. It was some time back, maybe all the way back into Facebook, which is a nightmare I don't even want to recount. Anyway, so the Mexican basket weave, I absolutely love this because it's easy to do. All we're doing is punching a parallel line of holes, and we can't mess that up, right? Even if your holes are a little bit off, you'll never see that. The point is, so Mexican basket weave, we've got a great video on this, but there's a piece that's our teal deer tan lace. Is that not just gorgeous? Now, I love to let two pieces hang off, but we can always draw that back in and run it up behind. Makes it very clean. Let's see if I've got one here. So on my briefcase, this is really not camera ready. This has been through a lot of airports and shows. But anyway, okay, so there's the Mexican basket weave. And the point here is we can make it larger. We can increase the size of our lace and increase the width of our holes. Now, all this is in the video. But notice here, we can tuck our tails in. So it's a very clean design. Or over here, we can let those tails hang out, which to me is a very rustic look. So let's hide that because that's kind of rough. We did the video. Okay, that's a little bit cleaner. We did this in a video, the briefcase video, but I just love that basket weave. Now, here's the 2 points. First off, our deer lace. I've fallen in love with this, mainly because we've got some gorgeous colors. We've got purple, pink, turquoise, and the standards. We've got like a cream, white, black, red, blue, brown, gold. Anyway, these colors are new. We've always had the suede in some of the colors, but that is it's tight, it's thin, it's gorgeous. Now, okay, so deer lace, product of the week, but in conjunction with our Permalock needles. Now, if you're new to leather, or for those who have tried to do a little lacing and you've used the split back needle, right? And we go back to that thing, I'm going to quit leather, sell the house, and move far away. Those needles are a headache. What it is, it's a needle, but you split the back. It's got a little hook, little hole there. You're going to insert the lace in that and squeeze that together. Yeah. Okay, they're not as bad as I make them sound. But the point is, all right, so with a Permalock needle, let's look at a larger one here. This is the extra large. All right. I don't necessarily use this one, but we can see it, and we'll jump down the two smaller. So what it is a tube. Now, in the end, it's got a hole, and that's threaded. So what we do is cut a taper on the lace, and we literally screw that onto that taper. You almost cannot pull that off of the lace. So therefore, you don't constantly have your needle popping off your lace as you're lacing. That's very frustrating. So what we've got, the two that I use the most often, and I should have looked at the website because we had some confusion when we initially named these. But now we've got a small. This is perfect for the top grain lace, for the smaller lace that's for maybe say our edge lacing, but it is perfect for the deer lace. Just screws right on there and it's got a good bite to it. When you jump up to say maybe the latigo lace or the suede lace, the next size up, and I'm thinking we're calling that a medium, that's perfect for your 1/8 inch lace, maybe a little bit thicker. These are one of the best inventions in leathercraft in 2 millennia. I wouldn't lace if I didn't have the Permalock needles. Now, here's one point. When you buy a couple of these, get 3. Okay, that sounds funny, but we're going to put one on each. And we can. We don't have to. We can get one, and you can lace down, take it off, put it on the other side, and lace down. It's nice to be able to put them on both ends of your lace as you lace so you can work your way down both sides. The reason I say get 3, because you're going to lose one 5 minutes after you buy these. So that's going to leave you 2. Yeah, trust me on that one. Anyway, the Permalocks, best invention in leather, and the deer lace. So we can do that gorgeous Mexican basket weave. For those of us who are new, great decoration. Now, going back to the earlier comment, decorate with the Mexican basket weave, and it is beautiful, perfect for a cuff. Put 2 spots on each end, much like the briefcase that kind of closes each end off. That is beautiful. It's not terribly tedious. Actually, you can get pretty fast at it. And like say with a cuff, you're only doing maybe 3 inches, maybe 4 inches. I think we've got in that video, I think I've got a couple of cuffs in there where I've added different colors of the deer lace on different colors of the leather. So you can kind of see a contrasting and or matching color. Man, I love doing that. So I think the reason that came up is I was trying to figure out some more gifts, some more Christmas gifts, and thinking about it. Man, those look good. They're easy to do. They're terribly inexpensive making a cuff, but boy, did they look good. So anyway, deer tan lace and the Permalock needles, products of the week. That's a great way to go if you're new. Okay, let's see. Moving along, I had picked a great item for the leather of the week, and I love it. But it's out of stock. Oh, man, it's a super popular. It may be 2 or 3 weeks, but I tell you what, as soon as that's back in, we're going to bring it up. Now, did I even mention that our theme of the week? I can't remember. We've met, so it's not. Chuck's lost. Not a surprise. Anyway, okay, so pattern making, because this seems to be a roadblock to a lot of us, especially if we're new. Making your patterns can be a little bit difficult. Yes and no. But the reason I say it can be a little difficult is because we tend to overthink it. And I'm not casting stones. I'm bad about this. The only thing I can offer is this. When I'm making a pattern, and this is a perfect example. My wife, for our anniversary, I wanted to make her something. And she said, well, I love this purse. Showed me a picture of it online. Well, now we've got 2 points to this. Okay, making the purse, but also copyright issues. And we'll circle back around to that. Maybe. Yeah, if I remember to do that. But anyway, if we've got a picture, that's our first step. Is if we want to make something, let's find a picture. And we can Google it. And we can be overrun with examples. And we can get all kinds of good ideas too. There's a manufacturer out there that makes a real high-end purse. And my wife said, I like that purse. I said, okay, I'll make something similar. So I'm not going to actually copy that purse. Well, that's going to be tough because their production shop is not mine. They're used to making them, dropping in the zippers and the rolled edges and the piping and all that. I'm not going to go that route. Okay, so on copyright, yay. I'm not really copying that purse, but I'm using that as a jumping off point. Okay. But the point there is now that we have a picture, we can somewhat gauge dimensions. So we can tell, like, if somebody's hand is on a bag, well, we can tell that bag's somewhere around 12, maybe 13 inches across. Our gusset is probably going to be 3 inches. Okay, well, so we can get a feel for the size and the shape of that project. So the next step, now let's take our poster board. Or Vanessa Kitty had a really good idea there with the foam. I think it's like an upholstery foam. Anyway, the point there is it's inexpensive. We can cut into it. If it's not right, we throw it away. We're not upset over the amount of money we've spent on poster board. The poster board also, it's gonna somewhat act like a lighter weight leather. So we can get close. We can get very close. So that's part of the point. Let's get a picture of what we want. Then let's make up a prototype of it with our poster board. Now we can move into the leather because we have a little bit of confidence that we've got our dimensions right. And that's the biggest point, is getting the dimensions. When my wife said, I said, well, I love, okay, yeah, I'll make your purse like that. How big do you want it? And she said, well, I'd really like it, like this long and this wide and this deep. Well, when I actually measured that out, and I think I cut maybe out of some of our shipping paper, I probably cut it out, and the bag was like this big. We could both stand inside of it. She goes, oh, wait a minute, let's back up. I said, well, baby, let me do this. Let me back off on it, on the dimensions. Let me make another small prototype. Let's see how that does. And it came out right. So let's gauge as best we can by our picture. That's the key, our picture. So here's what I'm talking about. This evidently resembles, the picture she pulled up was a really high-end bag. But so I made this from that picture, and it's a 7 or 8 months old now. It's starting to get a little wear and tear, but in all honesty, I'm happy with how it's holding together. But the big point is that on theirs, they had sewn, it's like 1-inch wide sewn straps, which has never been one of my favorite things. But I know how to do the trunk handles. We've got a video on those. Okay, so right off the bat, we're already changing the design. That purse didn't have the fringe on it. So, okay, now we've got another change. So it somewhat resembles the picture of the purse, but if you put the two together, there's no resemblance whatsoever. So yeah, it came out nicely, and it's a simple project. I was going to do a strap, and she said straps aren't popular right now. I don't know. I don't carry a purse. I didn't know that. So I had to make a second pair of trunk handles much longer because evidently, the thing now is to just put it over your shoulder. I don't know. What do you think? Just bring out my eyes? Yeah. Anyway, so the point here is that when we want to make something from scratch, see if we can find a picture of it. Let's gain our dimensions from that. Okay. So we kind of got a feel there. There's nothing earth-shattering there. No great trick or tip from Chuck on that one. But the second point, and we're circling back around to this, and I can't believe I remember that, is our copyright laws. We don't want to copy something. Now, if we make it for ourselves, no money changes hands. That, as far as I know, that's fine. That's fine. As long as money doesn't change hands. But here's the bigger point, and I've said this time and time again. There's no need to copy. There are so many options out, so many possibilities of the ways we can go with this. There's no reason to copy something that we see online, but let's take it nonetheless as a jumping off point. Let's take that. Let's do what we know. Let's add the decoration or the techniques that we know. We're going to have a totally different project, no copyright issues whatsoever, and we can wear or sell that until from here on out, because that's now ours. So yeah, it kind of works itself out on that point. Let's do what we know, and we're fine. We're good with that. So yeah, just start easy. Start easy, and as you develop more skills, that pattern making will become easier and easier and easier. Okay, so enough on that. I hope that helps. So that's at least the way I do it. Just simply try to judge and use that. I already forgot the name of it. That's the poster board. That's right, poster board. You make posters out of it. Okay, so anyway, it's 10 to 4. Again, I feel like we've been talking 5 minutes. I thought, all right, y'all, and I've probably gotten way behind that rant, between the new products and the theme of the week. Let's see. Okay. Let me get a little further ahead. I'm way behind here. Let's see. Yeah, okay. It's hard to keep with the current trends. On the purse. Yeah. Man, I think I lost the thread there, but y'all are helping out. That's what matters, y'all. I'm fine to just sit here and look at the comments because I'm learning stuff too. Oh man, Leo Wild, the Woodlands. Glad you're back with us. Okay, let me jump over here because I let me see if I had some questions here that I want to help. Okay, yeah. Okay, so questions. Tony O'Byrne. Glue. Oh, he's got it. Yeah. All right. So, hi all. I've got a problem when gluing. Sometimes the glue seems to come undone when using oil tan leather. We've probably talked that one to death, but you're absolutely right. Oil resists everything. I might say rough it. Maybe use a little bit of rougher, or maybe deglaze along that line. Maybe that's going to help reduce a little bit of that oil, and see if that doesn't help. Man, again, one of those things that's got no good answer because oil is a headache in about six different directions. But again, it's the life of the leather. So a conundrum. Let's see. Okay. Joe Stash. I hope you're with us this week, Joe. What are your first stamping tool designs you recommend to start stamping? Um, Man, that's a hard one. I can say more about the tools than the actual designs. Okay, so if you want to go into tooling, we've got a good video on doing a Celtic knot. Just three basic tools: swivel, bevel, and backgrounder. That's a start. Now you've got your six basic tools for all your floral, and then you can expand on that. There are stops and mule's foots and continuous mule million ways you can go. And each additional tool you add adds one little touch of detail. Yeah, you don't miss it on the design, but then when you add it, you know what? It's gone up just a little bit of step, a good step up. But I would say, start. If you want to start with your geometric stamps. We've got a couple of good ones. A geometric, so when you stamp a geometric, it's got a design. Here's the cool part. If you stamp that same stamp next to it and then above it and to the right, what happens is it starts making additional designs within the stamp. And there's all kinds of cool geometrics out there. But also, two of my favorites, a continuous mule foot and a veiner. And we see this probably, I can't remember which video, but it makes a gorgeous edge stamp because we can use a veiner, mule's foot, veiner, mule's foot, or veiner spot, veiner, mule's foot. There's all kinds of ways we can go with that. And there is no end to the possibilities with your border stamps. So I might say start with your border stamps and work some of those designs in. All kinds of ways to go, but at the same time, we're keeping a line. So we're not building that design out into the main project, which you absolutely can, but a border stamp kind of needs to stick to that edge. I hope I didn't go on a rant there. That kind of got a little confusing. But yeah, just start with a couple of geometric and maybe your set of six, because yes, you can step up to the floral tooling with that, but at the same time, you got some cool stamps there. There's three or four out there that I absolutely love, my favorite stamps of all time. We don't yet carry them. I'll tell you what, as soon as they hit our website, I'm gonna have one video right after another because there's some cool ones out there. Do some cool stuff, and it's super easy. So let's see. All right, Rico von Eyck. I hope I'm saying that right. Which wallets are the best to make for beginners? Fold over. Just do a simple little fold over. Man, mine's on my desk. I shook. How many times I was, oh, I should have thought about that before we started the live. Yeah, not going to happen. Anyway, just a little fold over with a pocket on each side. It's a great wallet. With mine, I kept like driver's license, gun license, and whatnot in the left side, credit cards and whatnot in the right side, and I just kept cash in the middle. So easy to deal with, and it's thin and it's light. Right, guys, we know this. That big, thick wallet is it's gonna tear up our back. Right when we're driving, we actually drive like that. And if ever anybody saw the Seinfeld episode where George's wallet explodes, it's exactly right. A lot of us, maybe not so much me in this area with the wallets, but a lot of us can really start to keep a lot of stuff in these wallets. But if you're new, just make a simple little fold over. And I bet you will have that wallet in your pocket for a decade. You'll love it. I bought a wallet. I shouldn't even say that out loud, but I had a gift card for Christmas, and it was at a store, kind of a clothing store. I don't buy a lot of clothing. So I'm walking through the store. I got sunglasses, I got a watch, I got shoes, and I saw this wallet, and it was a really pretty buff leather, gorgeous. It was a trifold. It's got all kinds of little slots. Got a little. Anyway, I bought the wallet, and I absolutely love it. I shouldn't say that. I just shouldn't say. Anyway, I love. So try that and work your way up, man. Quarter's got some great videos on wallets. So yeah, look to Quarter too. They'll be a big help to you. Um, let's see. Okay. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps up my questions on this side. All right. You know what? It sounds like everybody's answering questions over here, so I'm not going to worry about that. We are at 3:55. Sean Bell, hello, right back to Kansas. I hope y'all are staying warm there. Um, oh man, London Jacks, left field. I save all my empty breakfast cereal boxes. Good call because that's got some good body to it. You're exactly, that's a good one. Nice trick. Uh, okay, let's see, Matt in. Let's see, I finally got your Weaver the pattern material. Yes, the plastic sheeting. Uh, it's great. It's easy to cut. It's easy to mark on, but at the same time, it's not terribly expensive. So if we need to toss a piece that didn't work out, we're not worried about the price. And they're big pieces. 28, maybe 28 by 45. So we can get one of these briefcase main body patterns out of that as well. Yeah, it's great material. Technically, it's a bag stiffener. And I've used a bag stiffener or two before, and I got some in when I first started at Weaver. I got some in just, as a slew of new products. Let's look at these and work with them. I don't think I've lined a bag yet with that, but I've used it on about 100 patterns. No kidding. I'm glad you like that. Very cool. Excuse me. Let's see. Excuse me. Let me hit the cough button. There we go. Okay. Oh man, Leo, all right, I have a craft fail of the week, bless your heart. I'm making a belt with a pattern of alternating dragon scale. Ooh, oh, and stamped roses. Damn. Oh man, I got halfway through stamping the belt and realized it was upside down. Oh man. Okay, if you're new to leather, our belt typically goes left around us, counterclockwise. So if you think about it, your tip comes from the right. I've done the same thing. Lip, man, I'm sorry to hear that. I've done the same thing, upside down. Yeah, I think somewhere along the way, I just decided to make a generic pattern so it can go either way. So they're right off the bat, I'm already safe from making a mistake. Um, oh man, I'm sorry to hear about that, but thanks, Leo, for tossing that out there. Anybody that's new, we all, it happens. It does happen. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay, let's see. Kyon Chen, I wish I could help you on this one. Can we use buckram or something alternative to stiffen thin leather? Man, I'm not familiar with buckram. I'm sorry on that one. What I typically tend to do is line with a veg. And usually I'll line with my top grain in so that my sky or my flesh side is meeting up with the sky or the flesh side from my main body. So therefore, first off, really good bond with the glue. But then I also have top grain on the inside. Now that does get a little expensive because we're using twice the leather on that. Man, I wish I could help. I'm not familiar with that term or that product. Oh man, Wayne Painter. Let's see. For those who may be interested, a Leatherman case also fits a single stack 45 mag. Figured that out last week. Wayne, thanks for tossing that out there. Yes, good information. Good information. Okay, Al. Let's see. Is that Al Matheson or AI Matheson? Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Skillner the villain. Like that. Good. Very good. Yeah, Jeremy, I think we got that. The problem is I'm not at the plant. Because I could just bounce right out there and see where, what's going on there. Okay, if you've got two blades in your wooden strap cutter, One's long and it's got 2 slots in it. It looks like one of the old shaving blades. That's the wrong blade. And I think that's where this whole thing started. That's the wrong blade. If you've got a blade that's about maybe, I'm thinking maybe an inch long plain blade. It's just a small strip of steel. Yeah. Strip of steel with a blade on one end. That's the right blade. So when you have it in the 2 arms, you don't have blades sticking out of either side. That's the right blade. I don't even know if I should bring this up because in the past, I've run out of blades and I had some of those blades. Those blades with the 2 slots are for the hand skiver. Yeah, and there's actually 2 slots in the skiver that sits right in. You can break off an end of that and put that in the wood strapper to make it the right length if you run out of blades. It's not a perfect answer, but it works real well. It works real well if you're out of blades and you've got to strap something. So I wish I could jump out to the warehouse and help you out on that. But anyway, that tells you which blade is right. And if you get the longer blade and you have a hand skiver, now you got extra blades for that. I try not to use that one. That's hard. It works. And you can hand skive and it's enough to work. It's just hard to get that thing to be consistent. Let's see. Larry Steele II, hello, back to New York. Let's see. Getting more into leather. Recently made a wallet. Cool mystery braid cuff. Those are always a big hit. They're easy. They're quick. They're cheap. You could probably make 30 of them in an hour. Suede pouches. I'm really itching to make a bag soon. Oh, Larry, I hope you make one. I hope you love it, and I hope it comes out beautifully. Absolutely. I'm glad you're getting into it, man. Very cool. All right, so 4:01. We're gonna start wrapping it up here. I always say that, and then we talk for another 15 minutes. That's because I don't want to leave. I don't want to stop. And through the corner of my eye, I keep seeing these, pop up, and I want to say hello back or answer a question. One of my favorite comedians said he's a visual, what is it? Oh, man, I'll have to remember that. Oh, man. I'm a peripheral visionary. I can see into the future, but just out of the corner of my eye. Oh, Mike Thompson, a little late, doesn't matter. You're here nonetheless. Christopher. That look familiar? Yeah, man. Yeah. Thank you. Great gift. Okay, let's see. Tuomo Noma. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'll get that. Craft fail. Let's see. Oh man, it's tearing up your thumb from the leather work. I hope not. I hope that's not the problem. But yes, and sewing, this comes to mind because when we hand sew, and it comes to mind because I did the trunk handles on the wood carrier, using a 6 to 7 ounce and wrapping that around a 7mm cord. I hope that's right. Boy, you really got to crank. What happens is right here, you start to actually burnish your pinkies, right? The trick there is to pull here and then maybe here and then here, use a variety of pull points on your hands. Man, but that's exactly right. And I got a little thing on my finger and I'm wondering if that's just from using a certain tool for 30 years. I don't think so. But again, it's one of those things I might need to go see the doctor about. Anyway, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that's not the problem. Yeah, I hope he doesn't say you got to quit leather work. Let's see. Okay, Bob. Oh man, your clock's changed. Ours haven't changed yet. I thought our clocks changed already. Not in the spring, but now. And I heard something funny too. This is funny. My wife saw this on Facebook, I think. She said, when I set my clocks ahead for spring, I didn't think I was going to set my clocks ahead to the twilight zone. Man, is that right? Oh, and I got one more. Okay, I got one more right here because I saw this, and we were talking earlier about, has anybody gained weight through this thing? So again, something funny I saw, and getting on Facebook, I'm starting to come back up to speed there. But okay, because this is funny, we're talking about has anybody gained weight, through this. All right, so now that I've lived through an actual plague, I totally understand why Italian Renaissance paintings are full of naked fat people laying on couches. I mean, is that true or what? All right, let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, so back over here. Let's see, Ashley V, can you use stamps for metal? Yeah, I've seen these metal stamps. Yeah, absolutely. We can't use leather stamps on metal. They're not strong enough. But metal stamps, absolutely. I've seen a bunch of these, particularly the little number. I think number and letter stamps. Yeah, those are heat treated. You absolutely can. We just can't go the other way. Let's see. Matt in. Last week we talked about trying to soften some leather. Let's see. Yeah, look back at next week because I talk about there's no great way to go. Oil's not going to do it. Oh, it will. It's just you now open a can of worms with so many downsides. Worms are all over the floor and it's a mess. Let's see. Man, I just flipped ahead. Y'all, sorry about that. I need help here. It would be a big help not pushing for an assistant. Yeah, not pushing for an assistant. No. Anyway, yeah, okay, Susan M. Yeah, that's about the best thing to do. But yeah, look for that small blade. That's the one, and I would say get some extras because while you're using that wooden strap cutter, you don't think about it. And it starts getting harder and harder and harder to pull it into the leather. And the blade's just getting dull. Here's what I'm talking about. We put a new blade in it, and we don't think about it. And zip, we cut this. Yeah. Oh, man, I forgot I got a new blade in that. So, yeah, you're actually, y'all, it has been a pleasure. I'm going to wrap up for this week. I'm going to try to get over to editing this video so we can get that one up. Try to get some more out. Got one coming up Friday. I hope it'll be good. Man, y'all, I just can't. I don't want to stop. But thank you for pitching in. Thank you for pitching in your comments, your own comments, your own tricks, your own tips. I wish I could answer every question, but when they send us emails, to ask an expert, my first comment is always, well, when I find an expert, we'll ask them. So, y'all, it's been a pleasure. Everybody stay warm. We got some weather coming through. Anybody in the path of this tropical depression, y'all stay dry as the best you can. But y'all, it is absolutely a pleasure. I look forward to this every week. It's a break in my week to talk to some great people. We got friends all over the world. Leathercraft folks, you can never say enough about us. And I'm glad. Hallelujah. That's a good thing. So, y'all, again, I will read every comment. Hello, tip, trick, question, goodbye. I'm just sorry I'm not able to get over to him. Anton, let's see, GT2, hi from Sweden. Hello back to you, y'all. It's an honor. I don't want to stop. Y'all, we're going to wrap it up here as usual. It's been an absolute pleasure. Everybody have a great evening. Have a great second half to your week. Have a great weekend. Holidays are coming up. It's a great time of year. If anybody's got some out-of-the-box gift ideas, drop them in because we're always looking for good ideas for gifts. Y'all, it's a pleasure. Everyone have a great second half of the week. Thank you for tuning in. Absolutely makes my day. Next week, 3 o'clock, we'll have something fun to talk about, I hope. Good luck with your projects, y'all. Thanks for everything. We'll see you next week. Bye.